So this is one diagram that I would like to show you. Okay. Uh, in this one, if you see there is a pre-treatment, we call the primary treatment. So this is the portion we show the primary treatment. Okay. And this one we call it is a primary, and this is a secondary treatment. Okay. This one is the secondary treatment. So what are the unit operations in the primary treatment? We quickly take this review so that it can easily understand what is happening in the secondary treatment, because after that one we will talk in detail about the secondary treatment one. So in the primary treatment, what happened, we look this unit operation screening. Okay, this one, then this is one communicator. Okay, forget about this part, screen is okay. Then we use the grid chamber. Look, this is the portion of the grid chamber. So first screening is over. After that one, the liquid or the sewage which is come from the treatment, it will be go discharge into the grid chamber. From the grid chamber, some solid materials which is here, it can be removed easily, and then this is to be sent in the primary clarifier. So this is what, this is a primary clarifier. Okay, this portion is the primary clarifier. Okay, after the primary clarifier means whatever be the solid material which is a large size and the high weight, or the gravel sand, it can be easily removed in the grid chamber, and then the remaining material which is suspended here, okay, that can be removed, or they require the more time for the settle down, it is to be sent to the primary clarifier. Once the primary process is over, this process is over, then it is moved into this secondary treatment. Now the heart of the secondary treatment is the aeration tank. Okay, this is the main reactor where the reaction is taking place. The reaction is taking place means if there is a aerobic process, then the microorganisms can be used here. Okay, if it is an anaerobic process, then anaerobic microorganisms can be used here, and the formation of the new product. Okay, it means the decomposition of this organic matter. Especially we are talking and concentrating on the organic matter. Okay, those which are decomposable. Okay, so we talk about that one. After that one, definitely we will talk on the inorganic materials. Okay, so let's see here from this primary clarifier, it is moved. Why this name is primary clarifier? Because after the secondary process, there is also another clarifier. You see here, this is the another clarifier. This is called the secondary one. Okay, so this is from the primary treatment, so we call it as a primary one. Then it is goes to the aeration tank. It may be the activated sludge process that we can use. It may be the pack bed here. It may be the trickling filter. Anything that is to be placed here at this portion. So from this one, it is moved here. So obviously we are using the air in the aeration tank, and here there is a growth of the microorganisms. So there is a microorganisms are growing in this tank, and from this one, it will be the move again to the secondary clarifier. Now the question is, why the secondary clarifier required? Now, as I said, in the aeration tank, there is a decomposition of the organic matter. When there is a decomposition, oxidation reaction takes place. So there is a formation of the new product, and that product is CO2 and water. But apart from the CO2 and water, those one is the gas and one is the liquid. But there is a formation of, or the growth of the microorganism. Means the mass of the microorganisms are present. A new microorganisms are there, and that microorganism themselves have a certain weight, certain have a mass. Now once the growing of the microorganisms, there is a accumulation of this microorganism taking place. Now as it is dissolved into this water, though it is in a simple form, so what we do, we are taking that microorganism, some microorganism, not all total microorganisms, we are withdraw from it. Some microorganisms we withdraw from this tank and place into this secondary clarifier, where there is a settle down of that microorganisms mass. Okay, the cell is settled down here, and then it is to be used as a sludge, and then it is to be given to the next one, which is called disinfectant. Now here some chemicals we can use, some the UV light we can use, so that it can be used for the drinkable, or we can send it this one to the tertiary treatment. Here you see this can be given to the tertiary treatment. Okay, so this is the whole process of treatment of the wastewater. The effluent, that influent come from here, give the primary treatment here, sent to the secondary treatment and then sent to the tertiary treatment is it is required. Or if it is for the gardening purposes or for the irrigation, then we can directly use if there is no harming material in this one. Okay, but if it is for the drinking purpose or for the boiler one, then we need to go for the tertiary treatment. Okay, because after the secondary clarifier there is a certain dissolved and suspended solids are present, and that can be removed with the help of the tertiary treatment. In the tertiary one, we might have membrane filtration, we might have the reverse osmosis process that we can use here for giving a tertiary treatment. Okay, so now we will look about this one, and especially we are interested to know in detail what happened in the aeration time. What exactly happened in this process in the reactor? What is the oxidation takes place, deoxygenation takes place, how the microorganism growth, what will be the rate of microorganisms. So here we will see the kinetics of the growth of the microorganisms. Okay.